Hello there, and welcome to Why Is Love So Hard? I am Dada, and this is the second fairy tale that I've rewritten for you from the failed love stories you've sent me. Today we have the story of Eli and Raffi in my little pink book. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my pinned videos on TikTok and Instagram or on YouTube. You can go to the playlist titled Why Is Love So Hard? Go to the first video there, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Anyway, let's begin with our fairy tale for today. Once upon a time, there lived a handsome prince in a very large castle on the equator. All sorts of luscious fruit abounded in his land, that he was the envy of many princes who lived in colder climates and could not grow such beautiful fruit. The problem was that our Prince Eli was constantly invaded by these other jealous princes, and so he had to constantly defend his castle and his land. The good thing is that he always won the battles, and he sent the other princes in defeat back to their countries. His people were strong and young and loyal to Prince Eli, and no one could penetrate their strong fortresses and high walls. Although Prince Eli was proud of his victories and happy in his lands, he sometimes felt lonely and longed for some male companionship. So he was happy indeed when a long lost friend, Prince Raffi, wrote to him and told him he'd like to visit him in a fortnight. Prince Eli was so excited to see his childhood friend again that he spared no expense preparing for the arrival of his friend in 2 weeks' time. The day before Prince Raffi arrived, he ordered that every type of fruit grown on his land should be present at his table as part of the first meal in celebration of Raffi's visit. The following day, Prince Eli donned his golden robes and went out to greet his friend Raffi. They embraced tightly and fell into animated conversation about all they had been up to during their time apart, and they were merry and had a few good laughs, remembering the scrapes they used to get into when they were children. They spent the next few days outdoors, bush hunting, fishing, swimming, hiking, going on safaris, and in the evenings they'd feast on their catch and on Eli's delicious fruits. One evening, as they were reminiscing about the past, Raffi leant forward and kissed Eli. Eli was at first a bit shocked, but he felt the attraction too. And so Eli and Raffi became inseparable for the following few weeks, until one day Raffi announced that he had to go back to his lands. Raffi promised to be back again soon. And so Eli roamed his castle in misery, missing Raffi every second of every day. One early morning, the alarm bells rang across Eli's lands. Another invasion was afoot. Eli prepared for battle as usual, wondering who'd it be trying to invade him this time. Usually, the attempted invasions happened by sea and ended in a few skirmishes on land. This time, however, they were invaded through the forests, across the river, and through the fruit groves, as well as by sea. It turned out that Raffi had been deceiving Eli, and that he spent all his time with Eli touring his lands and plotting the best invasion tactics. Needless to say, Raffi won the battle this time round, and to make matters worse, he walked into Eli's castle with his new bride Elaine on his arm. Heartbroken, Eli conceded defeat rather quickly, much to the chagrin of his people, and Eli was banished from his lands, never to be allowed to return again. The end. Well, that's the first ending. The ending that ends in heartbreak. Let's hope the second ending is more to your liking. During Raffi's visit to Eli's castle, they became inseparable. The more time passed, the more they cemented their love for each other. After a while, they started discussing how they could combine their resources to become strong allies. They decided that they should each appoint a trustworthy delegate to each of their kingdoms so they could easily alternate visiting each other and leave their kingdoms in safe hands. And so they spent 4 months at a time in one of the kingdoms and alternated their time between the two kingdoms, all the while increasing trade between the kingdoms and enriching the people in the process. Eli's kingdom provided Raffi's kingdom with his precious fruit and rich minerals from his lands, and Raffi's kingdom provided Eli's with new technology and energy supplies. And so both kingdoms thrived, and Eli and Raffi grew old together, and they lived happily ever after. The end. If you enjoyed this, I hope you will follow and like this video, even share it. And don't forget to send me your stories to my inbox, DM me, or send me an email to dada@dadaisms.com so you can, see your stories becoming fairy tales like these.